I bet you're thinking that Hytale is just another open-world survival game, but it's going to be so much more than that. Hytale is really setting itself apart from its competition to be the #1 platform for creators and modders alike, allowing us to tell the story how we want it to play out. Created by Hytale Studios, some of the same developers of the widely known Hypixel Minecraft server, Hytale will have a heavy focus on multiplayer and customizable gameplay experiences through minigames and modding capabilities. Simon, the creator of Hytale, just asked on X what kind of minigames the community would like to see be provided directly by the developers, and I'm going to break down in this video what we can expect to see very soon. And if you do enjoy the video, be sure to like it and share it with a friend. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more Hytale content. Now let's get back to the video. The most notable and heavily requested game mode to find its way into Hytale is Hunger Games. Simon himself said this would go hard in the game, especially with the combat movement systems. Hunger Games is a game mode based off the well-known book and film series, The Hunger Games, that became very popular in the Minecraft community. It is a multiplayer battle royale game mode where you or a team needs to search for loot, better weapons and armor, and fight to the death to be the last survivor. Because Hytale is going to have a heavy push to support creators, there's a few things that I'd like to see from Hytale's team if they add it to their game. First, I'd like the Hytale team to sponsor or support any creator or builder by requesting to use their Hunger Game maps that they build and provide it as a playable map in the bigger Hunger Games landscape to be experienced by millions rather than to have to be discovered. Another thing I'd like to see is seasons or tournaments built directly into the game mode as well, where there are like rewards and stuff at the end of each season that you can win. Similar to Hunger Games, another highly requested game mode is The Walls, which is a large PvP survival game mode in which 4 corners of a large map spend time looting, mining, crafting, and building themselves up to fight. The premise of the game reminds me of a mix between Maze Runner and Hunger Games. The survival PvP aspect comes into play when the walls between the zones break down and allow for the other teams to enter your space or for you to invade theirs. Although Hytale itself will have an adventure story mode, the community is also hoping that adventure maps will be sponsored or supported by Hytale. Now with Hytale already being an adventure, Simon says that he's going to spend most of his time creating adventures in the base game before they intend to create other stories. But a really cool way for Hytale to be able to sponsor these different stories or adventure maps within the base game would be to have a dream ability in game where when you lay down in a bed to sleep in the game, it'll give you the option to dream, or basically load into one of these creator-made adventure maps or game modes for as long as you'd like. And when you're ready to go back to your regular game, you can just wake up from the dream. All save data would be saved for both games in this instance, and if the game crashes, when you reload, you load into Hytale story and not the adventure map, similar to waking up suddenly. This would be a fun little twist that is not seen much in other games, but I think it would be cool to utilize. They would be able to support a few maps a year, maybe sponsoring a different one every 3 or so months for players to load into and experience. A well-known streamer and creator in the Path of Exile community, Darth Microtransaction, suggested a Blight-style game mode. Blight is basically a tower defense style game where you build towers and bases to defend against waves of enemies. Another reference to this kind of game mode that I could suggest would be like Horde on Gears of War. I think a cool way this could be done would be to allow it to be a two-way multiplayer experience, where one team controls the enemy side of the lines and one team can control the tower side of the line. Maybe even allow for your bases to be saved as a whole, and players can select them to face off against each other in single player if they want to. A few other game modes that I'd like to see are games like Sky Wars and Bed Wars, which Hytale is very well known for. Oh no! Oh no! I'd also like to see game modes that the intention is to build up large bases and thrive, such as Skyblock, Townie, and Factions. Growing up, Factions was such a cool game, and I have a lot of memories from it. I think Hytale being as multiplayer driven as it is, they could make for some very fun and inviting game modes where you can play and survive in a large open SMP world together. Considering Hypixel, made by the same developers that are creating Hytale, I think the minigames that we should expect to see are going to be very much based on PvP and multiplayer. But regardless of what we get in the coming weeks, I am extremely excited to play all these minigames with you guys on opening week. I'll probably be making some content for this channel, as well as streaming on my Twitch. And with that, that's all the Hytale content that I had for you guys today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any Hytale content going forward. And until next time, have a good day.